Continuing, it's Thursday, and of course we always check in with our county officials. Got Dade County Executive Ted Rumley in the studio, and got some things that we need to talk about that's going on actually today.
That's correct. Yeah, we've got our testing site set up down there this morning. They were down there real early, and we helped them get set up. Alex is down there right now, and Ansel Smith, and we've got had our first one is about I guess 5 till 9, something like that came through, and if you get up this morning and just want to get out and you got it on your mind and want to be tested, it don't cost anything. It's free. You call this number. It's 706-802-5329, and they can actually take the information over the phone, or if you just drive down there, they'll actually let you park there and actually come out and get your information.
Fill out their form.
Fill out their form. That's got to be filled out before they do it. And you don't get out of the car. You just drive through, and and you'll make a pass there. You got to stop, make one stop there at one of the little eating gazebos that we've got. And then you'll pull right on around, and they'll swab, and you can just keep right on going.
It's going on today, and it's going to be going on today from 9 until 4,
right.
And next Thursday from 9
That's right.
until 4.
That's right.
Now, this is the test for the virus.
That's right. That's
now,
right.
It will not tell you if you've had it 6 weeks ago or 10 weeks ago or whenever.
That's right.
If you've currently got the virus, that's what they're testing for.
That's correct. This is a swab, the real test here. And then the antibody test is totally different. That's where they do either a blood draw or they prick your finger, and that test right there is being done by some of your private groups. We've got a lady in Trenton, Lawson, up on the square. I mentioned that the other day, and she's doing it, I think, in the evenings from 5 o'clock on. And then also there's one over in Lafayette that does the drive-through. Over there you don't get out of your car. I think Miss Lawson's up here. You've got to go in, and she does actually a blood draw on you. But over in the one in Lafayette, you do a drive-by drive-through, and both of those do charge. The one in Lafayette's $40, and Miss Lawson, I think it's $25 plus lab fee, and I'm not sure what the lab fee is, but either one. But that's the test that will tell you whether you've had it or whether it's in your system. Yeah.
As far as the number of cases that we know that have been shared by the Department of Health, Dade County appears to be extremely lucky as far as the population is concerned. I know that I think we're up to, what was the latest, Carrie?
17, yeah.
But 11 of those
That's right.
were not active cases. They were the blood drawn, as you were talking about.
That's
where
right.
they had had it before.
That's right.
And of the other 6, the unfortunate thing, we did have, of course, one death.
That's right.
And we know of several of those that have already been past the 14-day and have returned to work.
That have returned. That's right. Yeah.
So
and,
there's been a very small percentage of population that's actually had the active, if you will, COVID-19, and that's some really great.
And people in Dade, since we started this weeks and weeks and weeks ago, they've listened. They've really, I've seen a lot of people that really have listened, and they wear their face protection, and they are social distancing. You can tell that when you go in a store, and you see people talking, 6-8 foot apart, and that's a big deal right there. I mean, that really, it's just using, as we said this many times, using common sense, and that's the way we can fight this, really. I mean, that's just listen to what you're told.
Right, and we discussed this after your live update yesterday.
Yep.
When this first started, we were telling everybody, stay 6 feet apart. If you're sick, stay at home. Only go to necessary places at that time. But now that we're 6-8 weeks into this, you're still saying the same thing.
That's right.
If you're sick, stay at home.
Right.
And stay 6 feet apart, and do the social distancing, and wear your mask. And as you go into these barbershops, or you go into the restaurants now to sit down, you're going to see the social distancing in place, and you're going to be required in some cases, like getting a haircut, to have a mask on. The barber's going to have a mask on. It's going to be different, but
Correct.
I mean, there's ways to be able to have a new normal, I guess.
That's true, and especially in like in our churches. I know Eddie was on here a minute ago, and around like the funerals and all that. Necessities like that. I mean, you got to be really careful. Don't people. Some of the churches are going back, but you got to really be careful because your habit. I'm a hugger. I like to pat people on the back, and you got to get away from that. I mean, you got to really think about what you're doing, and especially when you're in your natural routine, whether you're at church or even in a funeral or whatever. Be careful. I mean, this thing's not over. Trust me, it's not. And people need to ease back into this. That's just like our meeting tonight. We're gonna have our meeting, and we're gonna do exactly we're gonna practice what we preach as far as the limited people. We're gonna have 6 foot apart. People want to come, that's fine. But when we get
you get to the limit,
we'll have to draw the line because we've got to do that. We've got that's what we feel. It's what we keep preaching and trying to get the people to practice. No matter, just like the restaurants, they've got rules they've got to follow, and they've got to do that. I mean, we're in a different world. We're in a different time now. Things have changed. So
as long as we follow the social distancing guidelines that we've been told since the beginning of this, and it appears that a lot of people have now. I know that you've given out the number in case they see any violations, but once again, I guess we need to make real clear. We only got a couple of minutes. That the mask, you're encouraged to wear a mask. Just out in public, if you go into like the grocery store or whatever, but it's not a mandate that you have to.
Well, you can't. You can't
tell somebody they have to, but I guess on the occasion, like getting your hair cut and things like that, that is required when you're coming in very close contact. But being at the grocery store, you may see some folks out there without mask on, and that would be their own prerogative. But I guess as long as I wear mine, then I'm protecting myself.
That's right. And just like in our building, we require you to wear your mask in there. When you come in that government building and you're in that confinement, we've got them on the table out there. Either wear yours or pick one of those up and put it. And that's protect not only you, but it protects the people that's in there that you will be doing business with. So, but I just appreciate everyone working. And I keep saying it. And somebody said the other day, so why do you say we appreciate it as a government and speaking as a governing body, that people are listening. They do listen. I see it, when I go out, and because these are things that like I said, they're here. Who knows how long? I started to say they're here to stay. They probably are. A whole way of doing when we get up in the morning. When we get up,
we'll forget this. Let me give the number once again.
Yeah.
If you want to get tested, they're here today until 4 o'clock.
That's right.
Next Thursday they'll be here from 9 until 4. 706-802. 5329.
Yep.
You can call and do the pre-registration over the telephone, or you can go down there and fill out the paperwork. Got about 20 seconds. I know you like to give your phone number.
Yeah, it's 423-667-8999, and we will be doing our daily update at 3 o'clock today. So tune in on that. I'll give you the latest numbers and all. And I just appreciate everyone. Call myself. Call any of the commissioners. 657-4625. We'll be glad to help you any way we can.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for being here for the update. It is 9:30. Time for a Fox News update on News Radio 101.3 and 1420 KWN.